Hi, I'm Mitchell Ringos. Welcome to Word for Word, where we offer you an in-depth look at some of our interviews with newsmakers from across the Northwest. One of Thunder Bay's most popular summer events ended on Sunday with a great turnout and even better weather, as the 2023 Canadian Lakehead exhibition was once again a success, seeing thousands of attendees this weekend from all over the region.
All right, and last day of the CLE today, how are we feeling?
Well, it's kind of a sad day for us because we at the last day, but with regards to the day, it's nice. We're expecting what we missed on Friday, hopefully come today. Our attendance has been excellent, and we got some stuff still planned for tonight. We got the Tragically Hip trivia band playing tonight. We have a nice fireworks display at the back, plus all the things that are still happening with our creative arts, our agricultural display of the animals, and some places you can still go get your treats and eats and novelties. So lots still happening here, and lots still to do for anybody that comes here. So come on out.
And do you have an estimate of how many people came out over these past 5 days?
Well, I could tell you we were pretty close to what we had last year this time. We're a little bit down because of our day of rain on Friday, and I could say it picked up on Saturday. So, we're kind of heading the same directions as we were last year, but it might be down maybe 5,000 to 6,000. I'm guessing. I might be totally wrong. We might even hit the mark or go different. I don't have that thing there, but just going by the numbers, what we see.
All right, and when people think of the CLE, they think of all the rides, but a big part is all of the agriculture, the local businesses that get to connect with the community. How excited were they to be back this year?
Well, we're going up a ladder where we kind of started with COVID 2 years ago. So, the interest and some of our people that work with us, they also had their issues with staffing and employment and all that kind of stuff there. But again, there's other events that we are competing with, and but ours is steady going up. We do have a good thing this year where we had our local bands playing last night, which was an excellent venue for them. We had the Lockyer boys and a different crowd, so it's the new generation getting involved. So I'm happy to see that. So yeah.
Right. And as you were saying, there is a bit of a down in turnout on Friday because of rain, but how steady has been the turnout for the rest of the week?
Well, as you say, we got a nice day today. We're expecting a big crowd. Like I said, lots of advance tickets were sold, and on account of that, because you're saving money, so we didn't see it all come in for the numbers that we've seen, but we think it's going to be today. So I could say that the advance ticket sales were up this year, but how much of it was because of the price and people getting smart about buying tickets, it'll tell today.
Before the CLE, how many people were you expecting to come out over the 5 days?
Our averages were 55,000, 65,000, maybe 60, I would say, would be the number that we would be always looking year to year.
All right, that answered all of my questions. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I come out to the fair. You got a nice day, lots of things to do still. The rides are exciting. Beat the crowds. It's not hot enough to be hot, but it's just enough for everybody to come out and enjoy themselves. So I thank Thunder Bay, for coming out and all the surrounding areas. So yes, it's going to be a good day today.
Wine lovers crowded Marina Park's festival area Saturday night to sample and enjoy a wide variety of alcoholic beverages. Breakwater Events Wino Festival marks the second year of a full festival after organizers scaled down during the pandemic.
So John, we mentioned earlier that this is the second annual festival. What made you guys want to bring it back?
Well, you know what? There's wine to be sampled. We like to bring wines to Thunder Bay that no one's ever had. We do about 50% wines you can find here at the LCBO and 50% that you can't. So we have a lot of gems here for people who want to try something a little different. All 100% Ontario. That's what we're doing here today, celebrating local. We're celebrating sustainability. We're doing a lot of new sustainability initiatives, and we just want to have a good time here in Thunder Bay.
How many different samples can people try out today?
I think we're at about more than 60 different samples available here. Again, wide variety. We're doing wine, cider, cocktails. We got it all. Seltzers. It's a good spread this year.
And how has the turnout been so far?
Great. Oh, we had a good group of people. I feel like we've really lucked out with the events we host here in Thunder Bay. We're almost 10 years strong doing this, and it's just year after year we just bring out the happy bunch, the people that just want to see each other, make good memories, and celebrate the lake in the background. All while doing it responsibly. You know, we do our sessions where you're only getting like 2 or 4 ounce pours in a 4-hour period. We want people to try it, and then we want people to go uptown and spend money, enjoy the wonderful local businesses we have here, and we love being the start of their journey.
And can you just talk a little bit about how the testing works out here?
Well, my partner and I, Carrie, we do a lot of R&D on what we want to bring. So the research is the hard part. We go through a lot of different wineries, a lot of different new seltzers that are out there. That's the real hot market right now. But the celebration from the first session we got was ciders. They loved the cider spread we had. So a lot of people are going gluten-free, and they also want something that's not so sweet. The ciders we brought in were extremely dry. But we go through and find just things that are that we think Thunder Bay will love and that are unique. You know, we don't want the everyday thing that you've had before. We want to try something where you want to get out of your comfort zone, and then we really educate the staff here on the product so that they help you understand what you're about to experience, but also a little history on the winery and how successful Ontario wine has been.
My final question is, I know it's pretty early in the evening, but are you guys hoping to have it again next year?
This is a festival that we love, and we've held festivals for like a decade now. We don't know what the future brings, but we will continue with, we do sessions, so a smaller 400-person scale. Huge change in the market. A lot of small businesses, which wineries, cideries, these people we're dealing with just in Ontario, just small mom and pop shops, really struggled coming out of COVID. And trying to get vendors to come 16 hours north to Thunder Bay is really hard. So what we did was staff up. We hired, I think we did 40 of our greatest friends to work these booths and rep the brands. The vendors we worked with were wonderful to work with. They sent product up, free of charge to come up here. But we're staffing it just because it's really hard for these businesses to send staff, and also just to keep their lights on. You know, there's a huge shortage with the service industry. So we're filling it. We're doing it here. We're hiring staff. We're having a good time. And you know what? The attendees here are, as much as it's nice to have out-of-town folks here, we also just taught our staff how to rep their brand properly, and they get to have the same experience.
That's all I have. Is there anything else you'd like to add that we haven't touched on?
We want to thank all the people who do come out. You know, we can't do festivals without the attendees that do come. We, again and again, we have the most amazing followers at Breakwater Events. On our website, breakwaterevents.ca, we have so many people who subscribe, and once we announce the next event that happens, tickets fly, and we're so thankful for the community of Thunder Bay to support us. The portion of the proceeds from this event will be supporting the March of Dimes of Canada, our local office here that is runs a program called the After Stroke program, and we're happy to support that, and we'll be we've continued to work with them for years, and we'll continue in the future. They're a wonderful group to work with, not deal with, but they're actually here. They actually have a booth here this year. They partnered with Dawson Trail, and they have a beer called March of Limes. So proceeds from that beer are going to support them as well. So come by, try it. It's a summer hit. So I think it's actually going to be something that maybe Dawson Trail offers in the future.
An internet sensation who took social media by storm during the pandemic is currently touring Northern Ontario and made a stop in Thunder Bay Saturday to spread joy and happiness through dance. We caught up with Gurdeep Pandya to learn about his story and how this one dance has made such a positive impact everywhere he goes. 17 years ago, I think you started dancing like this. Just a little background information. What exactly is the dance? A lot of repetition. It was easy for people to pick up, but what is the dance and what does it kind of entail?
So name of the dance which we were doing is called Bhangra. Bhangra. So it's known as a traditional folk dance of Punjab. So a long time ago, it was created by farmers in Punjab. Then it became a folk dance of the whole region, and people dance it during weddings, gatherings, happy, like all type of when people get together for something, and especially after harvest season, people dance it because this dance is very much associated with the farming community. So they dance together to celebrate the harvest and to be grateful to the land.
And obviously, happiness is the focus of the dance. And I know you started this during the pandemic. Was the goal to get yourself out there or to try and get other people out and enjoy the dance and be happy during obviously a tough time?
So, of course, in very, very initial stages, I was just dancing for fun, for my own happiness. Then I started sharing it with others. And when I started sharing it with others, I'm so grateful that people responded very, very wonderfully. And they started joining my classes. They started watching my videos. But it happened very organically. And to my surprise, one day I noticed that the people from coast to coast were dancing. Yeah.
And is that what inspired kind of the tour heading out? Obviously, you're doing a big span of area to bring this dance and happiness to people. Is it the goal to reach as many people as possible? And how do you kind of choose where you even go next?
So it started from the pandemic time, actually. So when the COVID was at its peak and the people were going through tough times, there's a lot of suffering and sadness in the communities. So I started this dance to send messages of joy, hope, and positivity. And to my surprise, a wonderful surprise, that people started writing me letters. They wrote me that there's a lots and lots of sadness going in their life. So then I decided to go in person to their communities to sprinkle this kind of joy, to bring the similar messages which I was giving on the screen. Because I believe that being on screen is great. Technology is great, but when you go in person, face to face, it becomes more personal. And it becomes your experience which you don't forget for your lifetime. So my goal is just to connect people in a real time, so that that connection can bring joy and hope and positivity, which is much needed in this world when we see suffering, sadness, divisions, people sometimes are not liking each other. And this dance, through this dance, I'm giving these messages, reminders of bringing the world together.
And do you think it kind of helps that the dance is simple? I know a lot of times people try and do extravagant things like you're saying, going to the moon to find happiness, but with something very simple, easy to do you think that lets people kind of let loose and just forget about the problems?
Yeah. And also the great thing about this dancing is that because it creates energy, it helps opening up your heart and mind. And when your heart is open, you are more willing to connect with others. Even otherwise, you are not willing to do that. Yeah, you're right. Although yes, we have done as a humanity big accomplishments. We have went to moons and other planets. We have created technology marvelous these days. But we have been losing simple thing, joy, happiness, and through this dance is great way to bring happiness back, and also it serves as the medium so that when people are moving and they're connecting, it stays more deeply in your heart, and it's a great way to remember that happiness is not big achievements. It's all about celebrating small things. Like I gave an example of children, like even if they find little thing on the ground, they become curious, excited, and sometimes they are overjoyed. And we can learn a lot from children because they are happy that way. And we people, we adults, as an adult, sometimes we buy a new car. Maybe we are happy for 1 or 2 days or a week, and then we are not happy again. Because we try to find happiness from those big things, and once that charm is over, we are sad again. But if you know how to seek joy for just small little things, just looking at clouds or the lake or mountain or flowers or nature, that is forever happiness, evergreen happiness, and you are not going to lose it. And happiness, I find it is healing. It's like a therapy. It's much needed therapy which you need to get through your life in a wonderful, positive and amazing way.
And obviously bringing a lot of happiness here. I saw some people who didn't even want to dance at the start end up doing the whole thing. How was your experience here in Thunder Bay? Have you been to Thunder Bay before?
Previously, I've been to Thunder Bay, but I just mostly passed through Thunder Bay. I didn't stay here. I didn't connect with anyone. But this was the very first time that I'm staying here. I'm connecting with people. I'm talking to people. So in that way, it's my first time in this city. Yeah, you're right. Dance is a universal language, like music too. It's a movement which people understand it. Yes, initially they are hesitant, they may be a bit shy, or they are not sure. But when they're in a space which is open, which is welcoming, which people can join, and it encourages them to try it, and they participate it, and once they start participate, it opens up. It's like a similar thing, like movement. Movement has a power. Like, for example, you're sitting in your home, you're feeling a bit sad or depressed, and you don't know what to do, and then you decide to go out for a walk, just for a walk, and you suddenly notice that now your mood has improved. Right? You've started to feel good. In a similar way, this is a movement, and when people move, when they create that energy together, it just encourages them to keep going, keep doing more and more, and to seek that joy through movement more and more, and this is very fulfilling.
And obviously we can't keep you in Thunder Bay forever, even though I feel like the people here would want to keep you for happiness every single weekend. But where are you off to next? Where are you going to be spreading your happiness this time?
So I'm on a cross the country tour, which I started from the East Coast, Newfoundland, and I'm going to West. I'm going to the Yukon eventually. And after I'm done with Thunder Bay, I'll go to Kenora and some other communities nearby. And then I will move towards Manitoba.
And what would you, I guess, your last thought to say to someone? Obviously, you're not here to cheer them up every day, but what would you kind of tell them to try and do something every day just to be positive and happy?
So I would like to say that, yes, in our life we have struggles, we have challenges, we have sadness too. But make sure that you every single day you find some moments to find your joy, because finding joy is like creating balance. It's so important for your mental health and well-being, for everyday life to seek this, and so every single day do something, go out for a walk, run or dance or do cycling or swimming, whatever you like most, and create your own joy from your own heart, and that way it'll be very, very helpful for you.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
All I would like to say that thank you very much. Thank you, Thunder Bay residents, for so many people came. I was humbled by it. Thank you for joining and telling me their stories. People came and told me their own personal stories, that how they were watching my videos during the peak of pandemic and trying to find some joy through that, and I'm just grateful to them.
Can we see you back in Thunder Bay?
Maybe, possibly, yes.
You never know where I'll take you. Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Word for Word. We'll be back tomorrow with more interviews from across the Northwest.